Hey Hoops fans, and welcome back to another latest Hoops video. We know you've been craving more content and, well, we like to deliver. We're going to be dropping a load of videos in the coming days and weeks, so be sure to keep checking in with us. In fact, we'll even give you a little extra incentive to do just that. If you want to be entered for a chance to win a PS5 with NBA 2K21 and Madden NFL 21, then subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. When that's done, like this video and leave a comment letting us know what you would buy with your first paycheck. If you do that, you're in for a chance to win. It really is that simple. Now, we all know that the best ballers in the NBA don't just ball out on the court. Many of the stars in the game make it rain off the court as well. Some, like Mr. Fundamental's Tim Duncan or the big-ticket Kevin Garnett, are cautious and shrewd with the money they earn over their careers. Others start splashing cash with their very first big check. And it's those guys we want to take a look at today. We think it's pretty safe to say that seeing six figures hit your bank account is enough to get anyone a little excited. Some of the NBA's brightest young stars clearly feel the same way. As such, we've decided to take a look at what some of the biggest names in the NBA did with their first paychecks. Now, when talking about splash, there's no better place to start than with one of the Splash Brothers himself, KLAY Thompson. KLAY Thompson, a shooting guard and all-star who plays for the Golden State Warriors, is known around the world for his ability to get red hot and start splashing buckets.
For NBA history, you got it! 14 threes in a game has never been done until tonight.
As it turns out, he's equally happy to pull the trigger when it comes to spending his cash as he is when it comes to pull up threes from way downtown. The three-time champion recently appeared on Kneading Dough with Maverick Carter, who discussed the issue with him. Thompson revealed that with his first NBA check, a cool $35,000 on his rookie contract, that he bought a pool table.
I mean, I still remember the number when I saw that check, and it was like incredible. You know, you just like try to keep it simple, and you try not to overspend on nice things. You know, I got my first purchase was my pool table.
Now that screams of impulsive bachelor pad buy, right? Well, to his credit, KLAY Thompson says he still has the table.
So I still have that to this day.
You still have the first pool table?
Oh yeah, I still got my billiards table. That was my first purchase, and I just love life experience.
The elite shooting guard also admits he's learned to be more practical about what he buys since his early days in the league, confessing that he used to have closets full of clothes to try and keep up with NBA fashion trends, but that he only ever wore about 5% of the stuff he had. Anyone who's watched KLAY's life away from the basketball court knows he's a pretty down-to-earth guy. So if even he had the urge to splash a little cash in his early days, you can imagine what some of the more flamboyant players in the league might have done. Well, imagine no more, because we're gonna tell you. Next up is NBA legend and one of the greatest centers the league has ever seen, Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Shaq is a big guy, so it comes as little surprise that the big man went big with his first big check. The Los Angeles Lakers legend made a cool million when he signed an endorsement deal with a trading card company at 20 years old. What did he buy with that money? Well, he bought not one, not two, but 3 Mercedes-Benz.
I always wanted a fancy Mercedes-Benz. I used to go to the 7-Eleven and get the fake Mercedes, the little one, and just drive them on the, on top of my bed, and I'm gonna get one of these one day. So once I knew I got that $1 million, I went to the bank like a big-time guy and set up a little checking account, and I said, okay, got $1 million. Here you go, sir.
2 of the 3, both worth $150,000 each, were for himself. The third was a $100,000 car he bought for his mom. Shaq even admitted he had no financial sense in his early days as an NBA star, saying,
I was just writing checks, I was buying TVs, I was just buying stuff I didn't even need. So after that, I said, you know what? I need to get me a business manager.
Luckily, Shaq went on to make millions more and hired a business manager to stop him spending so unnecessarily. Although he did appear on Tiger King when it was revealed he bought a couple of tigers from Joe Exotic, so we guess he didn't shake the spending bug entirely. Speaking of Wildcats, Philadelphia 76ers point forward Ben Simmons knows a thing or two about dropping big bucks on exotic pets. The All-Star revealed to Cold as Balls that he spent some of his first NBA contract on 2 Savannah cats because he likes wild animals. Unsurprisingly, the 2 wildcats weren't suitable as pets, and after several episodes of scratching, Ben Simmons decided to send the cats back to the wild and chalk the purchase up as a bad mistake and something to learn from. We're certainly glad he did, given the level the Australian native is playing at this season. It would have been a real shame for him to lose a limb to one of his not-so-friendly pets. Now don't get me wrong, buying a wild cat is a pretty interesting way of spending your money, but in terms of value, they were only about $10,000. If you're after something a bit more jaw-dropping, then fear not. We've got you covered, because it turns out Phoenix Suns and New York Knicks cult hero AMARE STOUDEMIRE is as explosive with his money as he is with the ball. The high-flying and injury-prone power all-star forward revealed that he used his first paycheck to get a new car as well. However, he also got himself a nice apartment. some jewelry for his mom, and took himself and his brother shopping. We imagine there wasn't much left after that first paycheck Stoudemire made, given the splurging spree he seems to have been on. Stoudemire isn't the only player who went big with his first paycheck either. Celtics guard Marcus Smart, one of the toughest, most hard-nosed guards in the league, apparently has a soft spot. That soft spot appears to be Mama Smart. It turns out Marcus Smart told his mom that he would buy her a house if he made it to the NBA. Sure enough, when Smart was signed to the Boston Celtics, he made good on that promise. When asked about how it felt to do something so special for the woman who played such a big part in him making it to the league, Smart said, "It's probably one of the biggest accomplishments as a young man, is to give your mom what she always wanted and take care of her." We can imagine it must be hard to think of others so selflessly when you see all that money rolling into your account. So we think it's a great story to see Marcus Smart thinking of his mom first and foremost. Now, given all these players were spending this money as rookies, it's safe to say they were betting on themselves being able to keep their spots in the NBA and keep earning money. Thankfully, all of them had the good sense to wait until they were actually getting paid big to spend big. However, that wasn't the case for Gilbert Arenas, who decided he was going to spend his first big check before he even had it. Agent Zero, one of the more controversial players in recent NBA history, actually needed his first check as a rookie to pay off a loan he took out to go on a shopping spree before he was even drafted. The Washington Wizards legend revealed he bought a $40,000 chain with his initials engraved on it and a Cadillac Escalade that had 5 TVs and a $60,000 stereo system in it. All of this was before he even earned his first NBA check. Unfortunately for Arenas, his gamble didn't entirely pay off. The mercurial guard was only drafted in the second round, and so his rookie deal was far less than expected. The result was Arenas being forced to live on $400 a month for his first 2 NBA seasons. Still, at least he could watch all his highlights on the 5 TVs in his Escalade. And it turns out Arenas isn't the only elite NBA guard who is a fan of Escalades. Miami Heat legend and surefire Hall of Fame shooting guard Dwayne Wade is also a fan of the luxury Cadillac. The 3-time NBA champion celebrated becoming a millionaire overnight by buying an electric blue Escalade with his first NBA paycheck. Electric blue is certainly a bold choice, but fitting for a player who would become known as the Flash over the course of his NBA career. Wade admitted he had his eye on the truck since playing college basketball at Marquette, saying, "I seen someone driving it down the street of Milwaukee. I was like, when I get some money, I'm gonna get me one of those." True to his word, Wade's first rookie paycheck was spent on that car. Cars seem to be a popular choice with NBA players who suddenly have money to spend. Maverick star LUCA Doncic joined the electric blue bandwagon when he purchased a Porsche with his first NBA check. The All-Star guard has confessed his love of cars from a young age and even proclaimed that his electric blue baby was the most beautiful car in the world when asked about the purchase. Now don't get us wrong, buying apartments, cars, jewelry, and houses are all pretty impressive and extravagant ways to spend your first check. However, none of them come close to what Charlotte Hornets rookie LaMelo Ball did with his first NBA check. Many of you will know that Ball spent a year in Australia playing for the Illawarra Hawks in the NBL. What you probably won't know is that LaMelo Ball now owns that team. Yes, that's right, LaMelo Ball at 18 years old became the owner of his own sports franchise courtesy of his first NBA check. If you want an idea of how much an NBL team might be worth, then look no further. The Brisbane Bullets were recently on the market for between $5 million and $10 million, and Melbourne United were reportedly sold for $10 million. That means it's a pretty safe bet that LaMelo Ball spent over $5 million purchasing the Hawks team he spent a year playing for. Ball's rookie contract is projected to be worth around $35.6 million over 4 years. With the first 2 years and $16 million being guaranteed, that means it's entirely possible that Ball spent his entire first year's NBA salary and more on the purchase of the NBL franchise. Apparently, being part of the Big Baller brand really does mean a big baller lifestyle. Some of the splurges on this list are pretty impressive, but none of them lay a finger on the young Charlotte Hornets point guard buying an NBL franchise with his first paycheck. That is splashing out to the extreme. Hopefully LaMelo Ball can continue to make it rain on the courts after a promising start to the season and his NBA career. If he can't, however, he can always just go back to the NBL and pick himself in the starting lineup every night. Hard for anyone to say no when you literally own the team. Thanks for watching another Latest Hoops video, basketball fans. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, like this video, and leave a comment for a chance to win that PS5. We've got tons of possible trade videos coming out ahead of the fast approaching NBA trade deadline, and you definitely don't want to miss those. Remember, there is no better place to get must-see NBA content than there is with us at Latest Hoops. I'll catch you guys in the next one.